A full disclosure for the graduating class. There is a quiz after this. And yes, it counts towards your graduation, so take good notes. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What a wonderful day. It is awesome to stand here today, and I mean that. Because when I look out, I don't see fresh graduates. I see talent, I see courage, and I see the future of this community, this country, and the entire world. I see people who bet on themselves and won. For those who don't know me, I've had the privilege of teaching many of you over the past couple of years. And I use the word privilege deliberately.
Hello?
Because in many ways, I have learned as much from you as I hope you learn from me. I came to Ottawa just like all of you. As a curious, somewhat frightened,
Hello?
international student, unaware of how cold it gets in Canada, but filled with the hope that you carry and the desire and love for the unknown that I saw in each and every one of you that I had the pleasure of working closely with. Since landing here in January 2003, as Bill is so kindly highlighted, I've spent 2 decades in this community across multiple sectors in multiple roles, in roles that have allowed me to work closely with people, in roles that allowed me to bring my background, my culture, the wisdom of people who came before me, to help folks and organizations make really hard decisions and to help them build up for impact. And through all of that, I chose to stay close to teaching and mentoring because working with students like you has kept me grounded and constantly reminded me what truly matters. And today, all of that brings me to this movement, this shared movement with all of you. Each one of you made a choice to leave home, a choice to leave family, a choice to leave the familiar, to step into a new country, a new system, a new world. Many of you, actually most of you that I taught arrived with degrees already in hand, with experience, with careers you had already started working on, with success that you had already seen in your previous life. And yet, you chose to start again, to study again, to work again, to prove yourself once again. And you did it in a world still finding its coordinates after a global pandemic and mind-boggling upheaval. So I should remind you in this moment that this is not a small feat. Take a pause, a real pause, and look at what you have achieved. Look at who you have become. Think of the grit it took to get where you are today. Believe me, I've done career for 23 years. This is remarkable. This is the first of many wins, but this is a significant accomplishment. You've earned this, feel proud, deeply proud, because this belongs entirely to you and your families. But today is not just about looking back, it's also about looking forward, and here's the truth. The world, as was mentioned before, that you're stepping into is complex, unpredictable, demanding, but let me reaffirm this with you, it is full of possibility. I am an example of that possibility. I'm an example of the people, I'm the product of people who stop, give me their hand, open their hearts, and help me flourish to the extent that I could. And about you, I strongly believe that each and every one of you is ready. You have the education, the experience, the energy, and the curiosity. You have the resilience, and you have the rare talent of turning obstacles into openings. You've already done that. That combination is exactly the world needs right now, no matter how uncertain it looks, no matter how difficult it feels. And as you step into this life, this wonderful, glorious life that awaits each and every one of you, and I want to insist on that. When things are difficult, it is possible to lose sight of that. Please don't. So as you step into this life, I want to leave you with one idea above all others. Be confidently yourself. Those of you who took a class with me before have heard this, and I'm saying it again because it matters more now than it ever did in a classroom. Most of us spend an extraordinary amount of energy editing ourselves, softening opinions, sanding down edges, adjusting our tone, saying yes when we mean maybe, smiling when we are unsure. We do it to fit in, to be liked, to avoid friction, to survive rooms that feel bigger than we are. But here is the quiet truth. This is what I learned in my 23 years of building a life for myself. When you edit your personality, you attract relationships, both professional and personal, that need constant maintenance. They only work as long as you keep performing, as long as you keep explaining, as long as you keep proving, as long as you keep managing expectations on the other party's terms. Expectations that were never used to carry in the first place, a burden that you should have never had to carry. So stop filtering yourself to be liked. The right people will stay, the wrong ones will walk, and that, trust me, is a blessing. After we're done with this ceremony, if there's one thing that I would love for you to hold beyond this room, let it be this. Your value is not in how well you fit in. It is in how clearly you understand your why and how consistently you show up aligned with it. As I said before, I know you're graduating into a world that feels loud, fast, and relentlessly competitive. Everyone seems to be going somewhere, doing something impressive. Everyone appears to have a plan. Everyone is posting their highlight reels in real time, sometimes multiple times in the same day. Again, what I would softly request all of you who are very dear to me, relax. No one is really watching you as closely as you think. Yes, the professional landscape is competitive, but you're not in a race with anyone else. Frankly, before you're in competition with others, you are in a relationship with yourself. And that relationship deserves patience and honesty. I'll quickly share a few things that I wish when I was in your shoes, in your gowns, somebody would have said it loud to me. When I was a fresh international graduate, full of determination and enthusiasm, carrying my biggest dreams into the Canadian society. First, do not let anyone judge your timeline. I've spoken to this. Create your pace, your choices. Slow down if you need to. Pause. You're not behind. You are becoming. Second, do not postpone giving. Not later, not when things are perfect. Give now. Your time, your energy, your patience, your attention. Share what you have, even if it feels unfinished. Knowledge, tools, opportunities, your good fortune. I have believed this my whole life. Giving is not about others, it grounds you, it keeps you human. It did that for me personally. Third, never compromise on your values. Do what gives you joy. Reinvent yourself if you need to, restart if you must. If something consistently feels wrong, listen to yourself. Do Do not do it. You do not owe your loyalty to something that does not fit in with your values. Pressure is not purpose. Fourth, take measured risks and have a bias for action. You'll never think your way into clarity. Movement creates information, momentum teaches faster than anything ever will. So, take chances, live with your values, and do what you can. Fifth, do not take shortcuts. Do the right thing, especially when no one is watching. Do not build resumes, build your legacy. You have a unique opportunity in front of you to leave this world with a name that is long remembered. Build a body of work, build a body of knowledge, build a reputation for yourself that you never have to defend. In my humble opinion, depth and consistency will always outlast quick wins. And through all of it, keep coming back to the first principle, be unapologetically yourself. As I stressed earlier, not louder, not performative, not more honest, not just more honest, more intentional, more aligned with who you are and what you stand for. And before I close, one last thing. Care. Care for the people you work with, care for the people you lead, care for the people who trust you, care for the people you serve, but most importantly, care for yourself. In my experience, there is no greater responsibility and no truer measure of leadership than how you show for those in your care, including yourself. I wish someone would have said this to me when I was your age. So let me say it clearly to you now, and I hope you will always remember this. Self-care is not selfish. Today, as you cross the stage and step into whatever comes next, do know this. You are ready, you are capable, you are equipped. The world is waiting for exactly what you have to offer. I spent 3 years of my life with Lambton because I believe in the education you are getting. Trust me, it's world class. Do celebrate this moment proudly, thoughtfully, loudly if you wish. Own it, and then go forward with curiosity, with care, with courage, and with a clear sense of your why. My heartfelt congratulations to you